Tales of the Narrow Gauge, Episode 10, Christmas at Cros-ny-Cuirn. It was almost Christmas on the island of Sodor. The Fat Controller's engines were all working very hard. The narrow gauge engines were busy too, taking their passengers to the towns and villages to be with their families. There was no snow this year, but the engines still had to be careful because of the strong winds. One morning the thin controller came to the sheds. "There's a special up at the top station," he said. "It needs to be brought to Cros-ny-Cuirn for the festival celebrations tonight. Duke, I'd like you to do it." "Yes, sir," replied Duke, and he set off. On the way there, Duke met Peter Sam at a water tower. "If you're going up into the mountains, take care. The wind's very strong and there may be obstacles on the line." "I'll be careful," said Duke. "Don't you worry about me, young un." Finally, Duke arrived at the top station and saw the special. "Of course," he said. "Why didn't I think? It's the Christmas tree for the celebrations. I'll get coupled up right away." And before long, Duke had switched tracks and buffered down onto the flatbed. Then he set off. Down the line there was a tall tree that had stood near the track for many years. The wind tugged at it. Then it fell. It landed right across the rails. Duke saw it. "Stop! Stop!" he cried. "Brakes, driver! Brakes!" He stopped just in time. "Well, that's done it," said the driver. "I'll have to go back to the station and see if Butch is anywhere to be found to clear this tree off the line." "No," said Duke. "If you do that, we might be late at Cros-ny-Cuirn. I'll push this tree off the line. I'm strong enough to." "Are you sure?" said his driver. Yes, said Duke. So he moved forward and pushed up against the tree. At first it didn't move. Duke put all of his strength into it. He pushed it, and finally the tree began to move. Duke pushed the tree until it came away and sat by the side of the track. Then he continued to Cros-ny-Cuirn. By the time Duke reached the station, all of the other engines were already waiting. I've got it, he said. "I've bought the Christmas tree." "Christmas tree?" laughed the thin controller. "What tree?" Workmen pulled back the tarpaulin to reveal not a Christmas tree, but an engine. "This," said the thin controller, "is Mighty Mac. They're going to help run the loop line that runs past Lakeside." "Welcome, Mighty Mac," called all the engines. "Merry Christmas," called Mighty. "And a Happy New Year," added Mac.